Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your AEW Rampage Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1628 of the show. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a very blessed day. Once again, August the 24th, Saturday afternoon, 1:33 p.m. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. As you know, on the last episode, we talked about what happened last night on SmackDown and NXT Level Up. And as you know, we're going to be talking about what happened on Rampage last night. The final Rampage before All In tomorrow afternoon here in the States at 1 o'clock. And I think it's going to be evening over there. It is going to be an insane thing, let me tell you. You're talking about a lot of matches happening on the card, a lot of wrestling action, and believe me. Now, everybody's been running down to AEW, and you know what? Like I said, to me, I thought AEW was there to satisfy somebody like Dave Meltzer. You're going to have to go. The Young Bucks need, I think in order for AEW to be successful, they need to stop catering, especially the Young Bucks, need to stop catering to that guy, Dave Meltzer. If you want AEW to be successful, get some wrestling, get going, get the thing going. Don't worry about freaking Dave Meltzer. All right? Don't worry about him. Dave Meltzer, I'm sorry. Dave Meltzer needs to chill out. He needs to chill. He needs to take a step back and let the wrestlers do their thing. I mean, he needs to stop hating, and Dave Meltzer, if he's a true wrestling journalist, he needs to be unbiased, okay? He needs to be unbiased. Stop bashing WWE and then give praise to AEW, all right? I think if you want to be a true wrestling fan, you got to stop bashing one organization or another. I'm sorry. I mean, I know a lot of people have been bashing on AEW. Listen, AEW is only, 5 years old. They're younger than the WWE. WWE's well beyond, well advanced in the. I get it, but AEW is still young. You need to give them more time. You need to get them going, and once they do, is that they got to stop catering to somebody like Dave Meltzer. I'm sorry. Until the AEW brass, including Tony Khan, they need to learn that. But I'm still going to watch because I want to see what happens. I want to see stars. I want to see some of my favorite wrestlers. Some of them have jumped ship from WWE to AEW. I want to see that. I still want to see them on TV. That's why I watch. I'm a wrestling fan. A lot of people have been, bashing me as of late. And I'm telling you one thing right now. Right now, the only weakness AEW has right now, and it's hurting them, is that the AEW brass, people like Young Bucks, they're trying to cater to somebody like Dave Meltzer. They cannot worry about what these journalists say and think. Excuse me. They need, if AEW wants to be successful, they need to stop worrying about the WWE, get their product off the ground. Listen, if they can learn a few business tricks from the WWE, by all means. I think Shane McMahon could provide that. I mean, if Shane McMahon does sign with AEW, I suggest that Shane McMahon take what he's learned from the WWE when he was an executive there and try to apply it to AEW and help out AEW. I believe that if AEW wants to be successful, they have to do it. They cannot cater to somebody like Dave Meltzer. I'm sorry. I think Dave Meltzer's ruining AEW, my personal opinion. Even though he's not even working for them, he's ruining AEW. And AEW needs to if they want to get AEW to the level where WWE is, they have a lot of work to do. But you know what? You get more eyes and ears, focus on them, the product. You get a Ring of Honor. I like AEW, but they got a lot of work to do. They still got a lot. They're only 5 years old. The company's only 5 years old. The WWE is well beyond 50, 60 years old, well advanced. And you know what? Hey, if you have to, sometimes if you have to, get the rub with the WWE, get that popularity, and boom, you'll get some AEW wrestlers that want to be part of WrestleMania or something. I don't know. I like AEW, and I care about it as well as the WWE. Listen, I've been a WWE fan since the 80s, 90s, I've watched WCW, and a lot of times, the reason why I watch all the companies, I watch TNA, and I watch the big three, TNA, TNA, AEW, WWE, is because I like, there's some wrestlers I like in all three organizations, whether it be favorite male wrestlers, female wrestlers, what have you. I said it was on Chillin' with Jordy the other day. 5 reasons why I like watching AEW. Tony Storm, Holly Cameron, Hikaru Shida, Layla Gray, and Mina Shirakawa. Oh, and speaking of which, I will address one Mina Shirakawa because she was in a matchup last night. But we're going to kick it off with Roderick Strong joining Terry as they watch the conglomeration. I think the conglomeration, the Undisputed Kingdom, are on a collision course, ladies and gentlemen. As the conglomeration, that will be Kyle, because of the reason why, one person, Kyle O'Reilly. So a little tug of war going on there. Poor Kyle. Because Kyle O'Reilly wants to do things on his own, but at the same time, he wants to really find himself. And maybe, hanging out with the Undisputed Kingdom won't help him do that, during that time. Then the conglomeration in a trios matchup, that will be Ring of Honor World Champ Mark Briscoe, the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii, and Kyle O'Reilly to take on Johnny TV, the Beast Mortos, and Brian Cage, with Taya Valkyrie in their corner. And the conglomeration ended up winning the matchup. More in the conglomeration, though. Fuego del Sol has made his return to AEW as he took on Roderick Strong one-on-one right after that trios matchup. And then Roderick Strong ended up winning the matchup, and Kyle O'Reilly, who was leaving the ring at the time, was staring at Roderick Strong as Strong celebrates his victory over the returning Fuego del Sol. And one of my 5 reasons why I like watching AEW, the lovely, the gorgeous, that's right, returning, coming back to America from Stardom, Mina Shirakawa, who made her rounds in the United States, attending a Texas Rangers ball game. As you know, baseball is big in Japan as well. And gotta love Mina Shirakawa. Does a little dance and has a little fun. Her theme sounds kind of like I feel like going pump the fist, like Jersey Shore, pump the fist. Let's go. Okay. Anyways, took on Robin Renegade. Only need now when her sister Charlotte comes back, you have the Renegades. We need a couple of ladies we call the Guardians. That way we battle the GoBots. Anyways, Every 80s kid out there that's a wrestling fan could get that joke, Anyways. And the lovely Mina Shirakawa's won. She just looks like she won with the figure 4 leg lock, a little submission hold, And listen, don't let that young lady fool you. She may look young, but she's 36 years old, Mina Shirakawa, which amazes me. I was like, I wonder what her secret is from staying forever young. Because the fact of the matter is, she looks like she's 20, she's like in her 20s, for goodness sake. God bless Mina Shirakawa. I love Mina Shirakawa. # we want Mina. And but like I said, will she play a role in the women's title match at All In tomorrow? I'll expound on that when I make the picks and predictions for All In. That will be tying in, even though we have Collision. So we have Collision. So I always. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Lexi Nair interviewed Hikaru. She has had enough. She has had enough of being disrespected and being left off the card in All In. She says she wants to prove that she's the ace of the women's division. And I don't blame Hikaru Shida one iota about this. And here's my personal opinion. Just like she's the most overlooked lady in that division right now. Listen, Toni Storm and Mariah May have been stealing the spotlight as the storyline between those two ladies have been huge. And then you got Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker. There's another one. And then Saraya's complaining that she's off the card as well. When we get a match of Saraya and Hikaru Shida, they got to go at it somehow. Put them on the card on All In. Please let that match happen. I say if if Hikaru Shida wants to be the ace of the women's division, she'll have to prove it against the lady whose family is wrestling royalty in England. We're talking about the Knight family, And I think it's a huge opportunity to do that. You knock off Saraya in her home country, in front of her family, you proved something. If I were Hikaru Shida, I would issue a challenge to Saraya and say, hey, you and me all in. And then you get Harley Cameron, who's fast rising, and she's getting it together. She's got to work on her wrestling skills a little bit more, but she displays her character. She's a talented young lady, funny as all heck, beautiful. She's talented. She's hilarious. She can sing. But the wrestling skills, she's got a lot to learn in that department. I think a few more matches and that experience will help her. And she's also been trained by Tyler Breeze, Sean Spears, Cassie Lee. Natalia's been helping out. I believe that with that proper training that she's been having and improving on her wrestling skills, she's about to get better. I know Harley Cameron's got a matchup tonight in Collision against Willow Nightingale, who's a former TBS NGPW Strong Women's Champion and a former TBS Women's Champ too. So that's kind of. Oh, I don't think she held the TBS Women's title. Has she? I know Chris Statlander was. So I really don't know. Anyways, but a former champion in Willow Nightingale, so that's a huge deal. So a huge opportunity for Harley Cameron to step up. So, like I say, Hikaru Shida, I'll tell you what, I think a heel run in AEW could benefit her. I personally believe that would be, and I think people are going to respect her a little bit more, I think that's going to be the case here. And I think people know it. They're starting to feel it. So, I mean, if Toni Storm retains her title against Mariah May, I have a sense that Hikaru Shida may be targeting her next. But who knows for sure what would happen. But if Hikaru Shida remains a face, have Mariah May win the title and have those two go at it. It'll be something, but we'll see what happens here. Meanwhile, the Gates of Agony, that is Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. I'm surprised that the Bloodline didn't pluck him out of AEW. Could have put him in there. Toa Leona and Jacob Fatu as a tag team. That would be dangerous. Against the Iron Savages, that is Bear Bronson and Boulder, along with Jack Jameson. What a name, Jack Jameson. Well, is it the same Jameson that... Never mind. That was a little wimp geek back in the day. Anyways, the Iron Savages and the Gates of Agony ended up winning the matchup. More on the Gates of Agony. In fact, this is crazy. The conglomeration, the Undisputed Kingdom, the tag team division, how hot did it get? Well, let me tell you. 2/3 of the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, the Von Erichs, Russ and Marshall, accompanied by Dustin Rhodes, who is the third member of that trio, 6-man tag match against the Outrunners, Turbo Floyd, Truth Magnum, and Erica Lee. Looks like they have a valet in Erica Lee. And then Nigel James made a joke because Richard Simmons is rolling his grave too soon. And where did I get that from? I noticed blood on it. I think, well, it's going to get washed tonight anyway, so. Well. Anyways, that must have been from when I cut my finger. See, it's still healing, by the way. So, anyways, that was the main event. And the Von Erichs won the matchup. So, the Cage of Agony started attacking the Von Erichs. And then the Undisputed Kingdom joined right in. But then this gets even crazy. Then it gets crazy. The conglomeration and Sammy Guevara came out to help out Rhodes and the Von Erichs. And it ended up in a wild brouhaha. And that we have a trios match of the conglomeration. And instead of Kyle O'Reilly, Tomohiro Ishii, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy to face the Undisputed Kingdom in a trios matchup. In a trios matchup later on. In a trios matchup later on tonight on Collision. Let's talk about. I've already done it. This is a great job here. Okay, let's talk about AEW All In picks and predictions. I made these at Rant and Rave if you want to check out what I talked about. But I'm going to reiterate them here so that you will know who I picked to win at All In. For the pre-show, 0 hour, in a mixed tag matchup, Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway against Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. Stokely Hathaway, doesn't stand a chance against the Stone Pitbull, so that's why I'm picking Nightingale and Ishii over Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. AEW Women's Title matchup is on the line. Timeless Toni Storm against Mariah May, who the winner of the 2024 Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament, and that's what gave her the shot. And this feud has been, ever since Mariah May won the tournament, she turned against Toni Storm, and this feud has been brewing. This feud has been getting hot. A lot of bloodiness has happened, a lot of promo sniping back and forth. But, like I said, the X Factor, I picked Toni Storm to win this matchup, but like I said, the X Factor could be none other than Mina Shirakawa. Remember, Mina Shirakawa took Mariah May in Stardom, and that's their history there. And then she just became friends with Timeless Toni Storm after their matchup at Forbidden Door. So this is it's a situation we might have to look into. We're going to look into possibly tomorrow night, and what role will the lovely Venus from Stardom play in this matchup? We shall soon find out. And the AEW American / International title is on the line as MJF defends it against Will Ospreay, and after what Bryan Danielson said to Ospreay, I believe Ospreay is going to win the title. And then coffin matchup for the TNT title: Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. This is Darby Allin's specialty. I see Darby Allin winning this thing. And then TBS title on the line: Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker. And knowing Britt's controversial backstage situation with MJF and all that, Moné's going to win it, not because of that, but also Camille could get involved in the matchup. Meanwhile, the Casino Gauntlet matchup so far: Orange Cassidy, Ring of Honor World Champ Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Hangman Adam Page, Evil Uno, and Roderick Strong. And I picked Hangman Adam Page to win that matchup. Meanwhile, Jericho versus Hook, Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree versus Hook for the Last Chance FTW title. I see Hook getting that family heirloom back away from the stupid idiot Chris Jericho. Hi guys. Seriously. AEW Tag Title line in a triple threat match: the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson versus FTR, Dax Howard, Cash Wheeler, and the Acclaimed, Platinum Max Caster and Anthony Bowens with Billy Gunn in their corner. I'll tell you one thing: FTR is going to win the belts. FTR is going to win the belts. Now, the ladder match for the Trios title. Right now, there are 3. I accidentally wrote down the 4th team by accident because that match was not decided yet. Because will be a Trios matchup, a wild card in Cardiff, Wales, a Trios matchup tonight between Top Flight and Leo Rush, with the lovely Layla Gray in their corner, to go up against Pac and 2 members of the Blackpool Combat Club, and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. And the winner will take the 4th spot in the 4-way London ladder match for the Trios title. The Patriarchy are the champions. They'll defend it. The Patriarchy with Nick Wayne, Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch to defend it against the Bang Bang Gang. That would be Juice Robinson and the Guns, Austin and Colton. And then the House of Black will be the 3rd challengers. That would be Alistair Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. And the winner of the Pac, Blackpool Combat Club, and Top Flight Leo Rush matchup will be the 4th team. And I picked the Bang Bang Gang to get those Trios titles back. And then finally, the title versus career: Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. And a lot of people like to see this Bryan Danielson situation come out. Will Nigel McGuinness get involved and cost Danielson the matchup? Or will Danielson win the matchup and Nigel McGuinness attacks him? I picked Bryan Danielson over Strickland to win it. Swerve Strickland's done a great job as champion, and he's elevating that title to a newer level. And I personally believe that will be the case. So, That is it for episode 1628 of Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977. AEW Rampage Event Center for the 23rd of August 2024. We got tonight. Also Collision tonight, but coming up next, Little Card Sharks Money Cards, the 27th edition, I believe, of Sharks in Suit Saturdays. I can't wait to play this, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So, that's all the time we have on the show, and we'll see you on the next episode of the show. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.